Mike Hamilton with you, Toyota. I can almost make this like the quickest video of all time, but I'll talk about it for a couple minutes. Why are stores not giving discounts on new vehicles, and even in a lot of cases marking vehicles up above the MSRP on them? I'll be right back. So the simple fact is why vehicles are selling for MSRP, and even in some cases they're going over MSRP, is supply and demand. And not counting that Nissan, who probably one of my coworkers decided to park it in the new line, which it should not be there. We have 3 brand new cars in the inventory at this point. Oh, we got a 4th new car coming in. So we got a Corolla. So we got a 4th new Corolla that's here now. So our 4th car, not a 4th new Corolla, but supply and demand. And if you been living in a cave or on top of a coconut tree, maybe you haven't heard about the chip shortage that's going on right now. But for well over a year now, we've been in a car shortage for chips being built. And before that, this basically manufacturing was cut down significantly because of COVID reasons and shutdowns, but it goes way deeper than that. So we're not just dealing with the chip shortages that the manufacturers are, I think Toyota's included, they're not saying, but according to an engineer I watched that used to work for Toyota, that a lot of the manufacturers are using a antiquated chip that the manufacturers who build these chips don't want to build anymore because it's less profitable, and they could build a much smaller microprocessor that's more profitable for them, and that these manufacturers they have to fix their vehicles to accept this new chip that they're building, because they're just not going to build it. And on top of it, he also was saying something about that there was chips out there for a certain price, but the manufacturers are also looking at their analytics and how much those chips cost. And I hear like somewhere like BMW will pay for those chips because their vehicles have more profitability in them than other manufacturers, domestics and Japanese. Especially Japanese work on such narrow profit margins, and definitely buying stuff has been a huge issue. So we've had pretty much no Toyota Siennas because they can't get the materials to build the batteries. There's been issues with the digital mirror, which is a digital rearview mirror, is basically where the rearview mirror turns into basically a TV monitor and gives you a view outside the vehicle while backing up. And a vehicle that I had sold like 2 months ago was held up for over 100 days just because of that alone, and we have no bills behind it, so it's months on end. We can't get that, but it's been like that throughout the vehicles, that we're falling into all kinds of supply and demand issues. Everything has gone up in price. I think vehicles get a real hard scrutiny. Oh, we're going to get another one. So we're going to have 5 brand new vehicles for sale here. Maybe a 6. I see a Tacoma down there. So we must got a shipment in, and they got through getting these through PDI. But anyway, so supply and demand has a huge thing. As you notice, everything is going up. I just filled up my truck. No, I didn't even fill it up. I put 20.4 gallons in my truck, and it cost me $100. So it's crazy how much things are costing. Food, everything. I was I bought a house recently, looking at furniture, and even actually furniture, which is made in China for them, but stuff was ridiculously overpriced. And I'm like, forget this. I'm going to pay for these prices right now. And people that I work with laughing at me like, hey, when are you going to get furniture? So when the prices aren't ridiculously high. So if you don't need a car, I wouldn't say don't buy a car, but do your due diligence. And if you don't support dealers that are charging exorbitant addendums and addendums. If you see like stuff like these Broncos and their $20,000, $25,000 addendums, and some of these other things, I imagine this electric Hummer going to be the same way with the massive addendums on it. It's already expensive. It's over $100K for that vehicle. Don't support those dealers and buy those things at those expensive addendums. Now, a small addendum, on a very popular vehicle, you know, that you got to imagine now we're cutting down way in volume, and so, you know, we still got to pay our bills as salespeople, and we need to make a little bit of money per sale now, instead of where we used to sell by volume and get bonuses by volume. And we don't have that anymore. So we're dealing with basically trying to make a little bit of a commission, but you know, our store is pretty fair. We only have 4 models of our 16 models that have an addendum, and our addendums are pretty reasonable to be compared to some of the other stores. When you start seeing $10,000 addendums on Highlanders, which we have no addendum on at some of our competitive stores in our region, that's just taking advantage of the market and stuff. And you see anything well above like 20,000, 25,000, which I've seen on some of these like popular Ford Broncos. That's just extremely taking advantage of the market. Just know that a Ford Bronco isn't an I need car. I need cars like I need a Corolla. I need something that's going to be reliable. I need a base Camry. I need reliable, efficient, economical transportation that's going to not cost me money to fix. It's going to last a long time, just changing the oil and taking care of it properly, versus I want cars. Now, I want cars are like $70,000, $60,000 vehicles, so you don't need that stuff. Okay, so if you're looking at higher end premium vehicles and the market's commanding a higher price, don't support that. You know, walk away from that. Wait a while. Okay, you don't need the car today if it's that much over the sticker and stuff. I mean, like my buddy here who bought this TRX here. I'm not gonna say who he is, but he's one of my friends here at the dealership. And I told him, I said, Jesus, you know how much commission and how much that store made in profit off of you on this? So he goes, oh, the denim was $8,000 on that, which I think is actually kind of fair for a T-Rex right now, which about a few months ago, but it probably had about that in profit on it without any addendum. So the store made about $16,000 on the front end and stuff on this vehicle. I said, you know, that dude, that one's commission paid that salesman $3,000 or $4,000 on this truck. So and the store kept the rest of it for the ownership and or of its management. I don't know, but anyways, the owners are getting the rest of that. So anyways, those trucks like this is you know, 6-figure type truck. You know, that's kind of what's going on. But again, you don't have to support that and stuff. And then, like, no, they're not 8,000. I don't say it was a bad deal for this thing as far as for what it was and how many there are. But the vehicles like this, where they're charging again 25,000 over sticker, walk away, put some stuff online, make them pay for being greedy and stuff. That's all I got to say. So if you're going to see a reasonable addendum, it's going to be in the, it's not going to have a 5-digit number to it. It's going to be a 4-digit number at the most. All right, you guys take care. See you next time.